Hi, I'm Bill, and this is a universal roller skid equipped especially for the Wohler pan and tilt camera. I'm going to demonstrate on how this works, how to use your spacers, and how to use it in a pipe. First, it comes with these two different spacers here. You take the small one first, stick it behind this first knuckle. Don't go over the top of it. Just slide it up nice and tight up against it. Take your second one that's a little larger. The seam goes over that seam so that they're opposite from each other. Okay? Then you take your roller skid, and inside you can look down the tube and see these screws. Make sure that the screws are completely out of sight, but you don't have to remove them. Take the Wohler camera with the spacer, and it should slide right into the tube nice. Just push it down until you see the camera come out the other side. Okay, you'll feel it stop with light pressure. You'll actually feel it stop and hit the stops on the end here. That allows you to pan and tilt and look around at all the side walls of the pipe. Okay, when you're sending it down the pipe, you make sure you tie a string, a nice heavy string or cable of sorts, onto this, and plenty of lead to get you down the pipe. And what that is a safety restraint, so that if you're in a pipe and it springs out into a junction, you can pull on that string, push in on your camera cable, and it'll collapse, and you're able to pull it back through the obstruction. Also, if you're going down different diameters of pipe, and let's say you're going from a 6-inch into an 8-inch, and then it spreads out, and as you're coming back, you might need to cheat that a little bit. So it might come back a little. Pretty much most of the time it caves itself in, but if you need to cheat a little bit, you give it a little yank on that, it comes right back. Same with going out. If it's going from 8-inch down to 6-inch, same difference. Okay, so when you want to put this in a pipe or collapse this device, put your hand on each intersection there and just push down towards center. You can see it goes nice and smooth as far as that goes. So, and you can see with this, you can see how that camera stays right on center no matter what the diameter of the pipe is. And then as soon as you hit like an obstruction, caved in pipe or root, it'll automatically work like a suspension. So leading it into the pipe, you squeeze all the three intersections, put it into the pipe, lead it in, and then there you can see it. It automatically will stay right on center for as far as that goes, and it'll pop out once you get it out. If you're going down long distances of pipes and you need less resistance, the farther out you go, the least amount of resistance you need, because your cable isn't dragging on the sides of the pipe too, and you're fighting that. So to do that, you have your pipe ready. You have these three pivot nuts here. Tighten them down. Tighten them good and tight so that it doesn't expand or contract. You size it up so it's slightly smaller than the diameter of your pipe, and then you'll see that there's virtually no resistance on that now. You're not fighting the spring tension anymore as far as that goes. So that gets you even farther down the pipe. Some of the accessories that we have is a flashlight. And this flashlight is a scuba diving flashlight, and you can see it's very bright. It's special design mounts on here, except this particular Pelican flashlight. So you can see that there's a step here on the flashlight and the step up here, so that slides right up against the step. Then you could take the zip tie that's supplied, and that goes in behind the yellow part and in front of the clip. The clip hangs down, that little clip hangs down past that. So once you do, that becomes a part of the unit. Now demonstrate on this. You can see that the steps keep it from coming back, and the zip tie being underneath that handle, that will not go forward. So it's good and secure on there. It has that little bit of play because it's taking up the slack underneath there. But it only goes so far that way, it only goes so far this way. When you're done or you want to take it off to clean it, you just snip that off, and this is designed so that you just use a regular zip tie. So no special equipment is needed. And you could see we have a 3-inch diameter wheel is an optional wheel. You can buy this wheel kit. That will be in place of these. Now all you do is you take these 2-inch wheels off, unbolt it, but use the same nut and bolt. That way you don't have to buy special screws for this device. Keeping the 2-inch wheels on there allows it to go down to 6 inches and out to 12 inches. When you put the larger ones on, it reduces it. It only go into an 8-inch pipe, but it goes out to 15-inch pipe or whatever. And it'll go out to 18 as well. It just won't be right on center. It'll sit a little bit low, but it will work in an 18-inch pipe quite well. So, and then this is what your roller skid would look like with all 3-inch wheels on it. Now, the other benefit to having 3-inch wheels is if you're in concrete pipes with the larger transitions in between, this is less apt to make a rough ride with these larger diameters on there. Now, taking this back out again, when you're tightening this, of course, you tighten these just finger tight. Don't use tools on there. So when you're loosening them, you tighten it. You make it just enough so that it just clears that tube, and then you can feel this just give way. Now, if you feel it kind of bumping something, you just undo these screws a little bit more, because you don't want to smack into the camera head itself. Okay. So to protect your camera head, as I said before, be sure these are in, and if you feel it catching on something, then you're probably not out enough, and you want to be careful because those screw heads could damage this lens. Okay, so when you take that back out, then you can take your spacers back off. You can clean this all out so it comes completely apart again. And that is about it. This is the Universal Roller Skid. It's the part number URS1-W. The -W is for the Wohler pan and tilt head. And that's it. Thank you very much.